In the autumn of 1884, the quiet frontier town of Willow Creek rested between endless golden plains and rugged mountains where hard-working ranchers, blacksmiths, and farmers built simple lives under the wide western sky. Every Sunday the church bell echoed across the valley, calling families together in prayer, but among the neatly dressed townsfolk there was always one woman who entered silently, keeping her eyes lowered. Her name was Abigail Harper, a 32-year-old woman with kind green eyes, long chestnut hair tucked beneath a faded cream bonnet, and a gentle smile that had almost disappeared after years of heartbreak. She always chose the last pew near the back door because no one wanted to sit beside her. Mothers quietly guided their children away from her. Old women whispered behind folded hymn books, and even longtime neighbors pretended not to notice her. 2 years earlier, her husband, Victor Boone, had abandoned her after spreading cruel lies throughout Willow Creek. He claimed Abigail could never bear children and blamed every disappointment in their marriage on her. Without asking questions, the town believed him. They pitted him and condemned her. Since that day, Abigail carried a loneliness heavier than any wagon full of stones. She still attended church every week because her faith remained stronger than the cruelty surrounding her, but every whispered judgment left another invisible scar upon her heart. One cool Sunday morning, a stranger entered the church just before the service began. His name was Nathan Brooks, a 38-year-old rancher who had recently purchased the neglected Silver Pine Ranch several miles outside town. Nathan was tall, broad-shouldered, with dark brown hair, calm blue eyes, and the quiet confidence of a man who measured people by their actions instead of gossip. Having spent years driving cattle across the Western Territories, he had witnessed enough injustice to recognize it without anyone speaking a word. As he searched for a seat, he noticed every bench filled except the empty space beside Abigail. He also noticed how every person deliberately avoided that pew. Without hesitation, Nathan walked down the aisle, removed his hat respectfully, smiled warmly, and asked, "Would you mind if I sat here?" Abigail looked up in surprise. It had been years since anyone had willingly spoken to her in church. Unsure whether she had heard correctly, she quietly nodded. Nathan thanked her and sat beside her as though nothing unusual had happened. Throughout the service, whispers spread through the congregation, but Nathan never looked around. He simply sang each hymn and listened to the sermon. After church, Nathan introduced himself outside beneath the large oak tree beside the chapel. Abigail politely welcomed him to Willow Creek before trying to leave, expecting the conversation to end quickly. Instead, Nathan asked if she knew anyone interested in honest work because his ranch needed help organizing records, repairing fences, caring for orphan calves, and managing supplies. Abigail admitted she had experience keeping ranch accounts from helping her late father years before. Nathan smiled and offered her a fair wage without asking about the rumors surrounding her. He said he preferred to judge people after working beside them rather than listening to stories. Abigail hesitated because she knew accepting would create more gossip, but work was scarce for someone with her reputation. She accepted. The following Monday, Abigail arrived at Silver Pine Ranch expecting only temporary work. Instead, she found a ranch barely surviving after years of neglect. Broken fences stretched across the fields, livestock wandered through damaged gates, barns needed repairs, and financial records were scattered across dusty shelves. Nathan greeted her with fresh coffee and quietly showed her a small cabin near the main house. He explained that it had belonged to his late sister and was empty now. The cabin contained a sturdy bed, a wooden dresser, a rocking chair, and a fireplace. Nathan handed her the key and simply said, "Everyone deserves a place they can call their own." Abigail had not possessed a key to anything since her marriage ended. Holding it in her hand brought unexpected tears to her eyes. Over the following weeks, Abigail transformed the ranch office into perfect order. She balanced accounts, discovered unnecessary expenses, negotiated fair prices with nearby merchants, and organized workers more efficiently than anyone expected. Nathan repaired fences from sunrise until sunset, while Abigail handled every detail that kept the ranch running smoothly. Together, they slowly rescued Silver Pine Ranch from financial ruin. Their partnership became one built on quiet respect rather than grand promises. Nathan never asked painful questions about her past. Abigail never demanded explanations about his lonely life. They simply worked side by side, sharing simple meals, peaceful evenings, and conversations beneath brilliant western sunsets. Not everyone welcomed Abigail's new beginning. Victor Boone still lived nearby and disliked seeing his former wife regain confidence. When townspeople began noticing Silver Pine Ranch improving, Victor feared the truth about his lies might eventually surface. He visited local businesses repeating old accusations, insisting Abigail had manipulated Nathan. Some believed him, while others quietly wondered why Nathan, a respected newcomer with no connection to the town's history, trusted Abigail completely. Nathan ignored every rumor, refusing to defend himself against gossip that deserved no attention. Winter arrived early that year. Heavy snow covered the valley, trapping several ranch families without supplies. Nathan immediately loaded wagons with flour, blankets, medicine, and firewood, while Abigail carefully organized deliveries according to each family's needs. Together, they spent days traveling dangerous snowy roads helping neighbors without asking for payment. Families who had ignored Abigail suddenly depended upon her kindness. She comforted frightened children, cared for sick elderly residents, and prepared warm meals wherever she went. People slowly realized the woman they had rejected possessed more compassion than many who had judged her. One evening, an elderly widow named Martha Collins collapsed during a blizzard. Nathan and Abigail brought her back to the ranch, where Abigail stayed awake all night, caring for her fever. Martha recovered and publicly praised Abigail's selflessness. Her words carried great influence because she had lived in Willow Creek since its founding. Soon other townspeople admitted they had witnessed Abigail's generosity for years, but had allowed gossip to silence their own judgment. Meanwhile, Nathan faced difficulties of his own. A severe drought the previous summer had left Silver Pine Ranch carrying significant debt. A wealthy landowner named Silas Crowley saw an opportunity to purchase the struggling property for far less than its value. Silas offered Nathan a generous payment if he abandoned the ranch immediately. Nathan refused because Silver Pine had become more than land. It had become home. Silas then secretly pressured local suppliers to stop extending Nathan credit, hoping financial hardship would force a sale. When Abigail discovered the scheme while reviewing invoices, she devised a plan. She contacted ranchers Nathan had previously helped during the winter storms. Remembering his generosity, they agreed to purchase hay, cattle, and horses directly from Silver Pine Ranch while offering fair prices. The unexpected business rescued the ranch from bankruptcy. Nathan realized Abigail had not only organized his accounts, but had saved everything he had worked to build. Months passed, and friendship slowly deepened into quiet affection. Nathan admired Abigail's strength, patience, and unwavering faith despite everything she had endured. Abigail found peace in Nathan's steady kindness, the kind that never demanded attention, yet quietly changed lives. Neither rushed their feelings because both understood love built upon trust required time. One spring afternoon, Nathan invited Abigail to ride with him into the hills overlooking Willow Creek. Wildflowers covered the fields beneath an endless blue sky. After sharing a simple picnic, Nathan spoke honestly. He admitted he had never met anyone whose courage impressed him more than hers. He said she deserved a life free from shame and asked whether she would consider building that future beside him. Abigail's eyes filled with tears as she quietly accepted. Nathan placed no expensive ring upon her finger because money remained scarce. Instead, he gave her his late mother's silver wedding band, polished carefully through the years. Abigail treasured it more than any jewel. News of their engagement spread quickly through Willow Creek. While many celebrated, Victor Boone became furious. Determined to stop the wedding, he publicly repeated his oldest accusation that Abigail could never give Nathan a family. Nathan calmly replied before the gathered crowd that a family begins with love, honesty, and faith, not rumors or cruelty. His words silenced many who had once believed Victor without question. Several weeks later, a traveling doctor unexpectedly arrived in Willow Creek. Years earlier, he had treated Abigail during her marriage after Victor insisted something was wrong with her health. The doctor recognized her immediately and overheard the continuing gossip. Shocked that the lies still survived, he requested permission to address the congregation after Sunday service. Standing before the entire church, he revealed the confidential truth he had been unable to share years before without permission. Medical examinations had shown Abigail had never suffered the condition Victor claimed. Instead, Victor himself had refused further testing after learning uncomfortable information about his own health. Rather than face embarrassment, he abandoned Abigail and invented a story that protected his pride while destroying her reputation. Silence filled the church. Many lowered their heads in shame. Women who had ignored Abigail wept openly. Men who had repeated Victor's words without question realized they had helped ruin an innocent woman's life. The pastor apologized publicly for failing to seek truth before allowing gossip to spread within his congregation. Victor attempted to defend himself, but no one listened. His own dishonesty had finally trapped him. Without anger or revenge, Abigail simply forgave him and walked away. Her forgiveness astonished the town even more than the truth itself. A month later, Nathan and Abigail married in the very church where she had once sat alone. This time, every pew overflowed with friends, neighbors, ranchers, and children. The same people who once avoided sitting beside her now stood proudly to celebrate her happiness. Martha Collins placed fresh wildflowers along every aisle, while local musicians filled the church with joyful songs. When Abigail walked toward Nathan, she no longer carried the weight of shame upon her shoulders. She carried hope. Married life at Silver Pine Ranch proved simple but deeply fulfilling. Together, Nathan and Abigail expanded the ranch, hired struggling families, and welcomed travelers needing temporary shelter. Every worker received fair wages, and every lonely visitor found a warm meal waiting at their table. Abigail often reminded herself of the locked cabin key Nathan had first given her. It represented more than a place to sleep. It represented dignity restored. Several years later, a wagon arrived carrying two orphaned siblings whose parents had died during a dangerous cattle drive. Without hesitation, Nathan and Abigail opened their home to the frightened children. They never viewed them as charity. They loved them as their own. The children filled the ranch with laughter that echoed across the valley every evening. Willow Creek slowly became known as a town where second chances mattered more than old rumors. Whenever newcomers asked about the respected owners of Silver Pine Ranch, longtime residents smiled and told a different story than before. They spoke of a woman whose quiet faith outlasted cruelty and a rancher whose simple act of sitting beside a lonely stranger changed two lives forever. Their story became a reminder that truth often arrives slowly. Kindness requires courage, and sometimes the smallest gesture, a single empty seat filled by compassion, can begin a love strong enough to heal an entire town.